The following podcast is a deep, shallow dive production.
And you're going to love it.
Okay, let's go.
In the depths where the shadows lie, deep shallow dive where the truths don't hide. We strip it down, no room for pride. Call a spade on this wild ride. Deep shallow dive where the echoes roar, unearthing truths like never before. No holding back, we're here to explore.
Oh my God. All right. That is legendary. This is so cool. So yesterday, one of my interns was like, hey, I put together a couple music tracks for you. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, I used all these AI tools and I put it together 2 versions for you. So that was version number 1, the acoustic version for Deep Shallow Dive. There's actually about another minute and I'll play it at the end, but how hilarious is that? Oh my God, I laughed so hard. First of all, thanks to David, because it's incredible work and it was really good. I mean, it actually is a catchy little ditty. But oh man, we were cracking up about that all day yesterday. Holy mackerel. That is hilarious. He made a rapped version as well. So that one is insane. I'll drop that on you guys at some point. I like kind of dropping things unexpectedly on you. So anyway, hope everybody's doing well and wanted to kind of clean up a couple things from yesterday's episode based on just some feedback that I got. And the first thing was, I had one friend actually call me and was like, who gives a shit what The Rock thinks? And I was like, I mean, that is true. Again, it's, I think I've said before, I'm definitely not a celebrity stalker or star FUCKER by any stretch of the imagination. So, definitely good point by him. And I went back and listened, and I probably should have elaborated a little more. And again, I don't care what The Rock's political views are. I mean, he can support whomever he would like to support. My point of basically talking about that, even aside from the fact that it was like, all over the news, my point is that, when I see things happen that I don't expect, I think that's kind of the newsworthy stuff in terms of talking about it on this podcast. And again, when I look at The Rock's situation, the reason I really even brought that up, and I should have elaborated this more yesterday, is that, is it a sign that, I don't know, something different is coming with the election this fall, I'm not saying it's going to be a Trump wave or a red wave or anything. I don't know yet. I mean, honestly, I'm skeptical on the whole concept of this election. But the fact that such a prominent celebrity that has been completely on the other side of this came forward with that, again, it just I don't know. It was just, oh man, I'm going to say it. It was weird to me. It really was weird to me because again, he's got more to lose. Like, what does he have to gain by doing that? And again, some people will be like, oh, it's the UFC, WWE fan base. But again, his bread is getting buttered with his movies and then obviously his businesses. I mean, I get that. So is the play that, I need to cozy up to that group in order to increase sales for the tequila company and increase sales for his little energy drink? I mean, Yeah, I mean, I guess that could be one thought process about it. But here's the other thing. If his celebrity goes away, probably so do those businesses. Because think about it. I mean, I've never tried either one of his drinks, the tequila or I think it's called Zoa Energy or something. I haven't tried either one of them. But, the only reason those things are even scaling at the level they're scaling is because of his celebrity factor. So what happens tomorrow if, let's say, the forces that be turn against The Rock, and what's going to happen? I guarantee you, sex scandal comes out, this comes out, that comes out, this comes out. I mean, look at how many times that's happened. I mean, some people are saying that's what's going on with Diddy right now. Aside from the fact that I think Diddy does have some freak nasty in him, but there's a lot of chatter that he's kind of gone against the wrong people, and so they are kind of doing away with him. Russell Brand. Remember that happened to Russell Brand? He was really making noise in the things he's doing, and then all of a sudden a sexual allegation case from 15 years ago. I can't remember other examples off the top of my head, but that's what happens. I mean, Julian Assange falls into that category. Who else? Oh my gosh. I mean, it really happens a lot when, if they want to find dirt and bring up dirt on somebody, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And so with The Rock, like I said, I think the biggest thing, I could care less what his politics are, but the whole thing was unexpected. And so let's see what happens. Who knows, man? Maybe the election's not going to be crazy. Maybe they have another approach figured out. I will say one of the main reasons I think the election's going to be crazy is just how viscerally they've gone after Trump. Really, it's been the past year, if you think about it. They didn't really mess with him that much in 2020, 2021, 2022. It was really 2023 as we got closer to the election and as it was clear he was running again that, the takedown started. So let's see if that gets worse. If it doesn't get worse and it is a smooth running election, I'll elaborate on this another time, or maybe I won't even elaborate on this, but I will say, I bet you it's super, super close, and I think Biden's going to win. So that's my call on if there is no, I guess, craziness leading into the election and we end up having a completely normal election. I think it'll be like 81 million to Trump and 81,500,000 to Biden. It'll be like the closest race ever. They'll both break records, but that's going to be the outcome. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe more on that in another episode. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm not looking for a sex scandal being brought up on me. Oh my God. Could they ever bring up a sex scandal on me? Nah, I don't think so. Oh man. All right. Next topic. Yeah, let's move on from that. That's bringing up some weird vibes inside my brain. All right. So this situation in Gaza, I just want to bring this point up. This is actually going to be just very simple. Anyway, Israel on, I think it was either Sunday or Monday, they said they're withdrawing from Rafah, but at the same time, Benjamin Netanyahu has set a date of invading Rafah. So anyway, I'm not sure what's going on. Today is the end of Ramadan, so that, most important religious holiday for the Islamic religion that's practiced by Muslims. See what I did there? The Islamic religion practiced by Muslims, not the Muslim religion. If you're like, what the hell are you talking about? You got to go back and listen to yesterday's episode. Anyway, Ramadan's over, so let's see what happens. I mean, God, there's so many confusing things and mixed messages with all this stuff. I'm going to just kind of play this out a little bit and see what takes place next. I will say this, though, on the flip side of it, to be a little critical of Hamas and all that, which I probably haven't been as critical as I should be. I'm still not sold on those guys. There's something weird about that entire thing. Like, I think that's a Jedi mind trick. I mean, honestly, I don't think Hamas is what they claim to be, but more importantly, I don't think they're what everyone else claims them to be. There's something weird about that entire thing. There really is. I really might have to open up about this a little more, but it just is goofy. It's goofy that there's still no spokesperson. There's no voice. You know, a few months ago it did seem like they were trying to attach a face to Hamas, and it was that Yahya Sinwar guy. You know, kind of like how I said, you know, with Osama bin Laden and Al Qaeda, or with Al Qaeda, there was Osama bin Laden. So you had an enemy, you know, you had somebody to hate. You know, same thing with Iraq and Saddam Hussein. You had somebody to hate. With Hamas, you never really had somebody to hate. I thought they were going to really attach somebody to that, and that Yahya Sinwar guy was the natural choice. But they haven't really done that to the extent that I thought, so I was wrong on that. And so, again, I mean, you know, I don't know. There's something goofy about the whole organization. I'd love to see who's under those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle masks that they wear. I don't think it's who we expect it to be. I think there's something goofy with that. So anyway, more to come on that. On that one, more to come. All right, total topic change for all you iPhone users. Apple launched Apple Sports, and it's a separate app, kind of like Apple, the News app. They don't do this stuff very well, actually. Actually, the News app is okay, but anyway, I downloaded this Apple Sports. I mean, it's not that great right now, but it does give me a nice place to see a snapshot of scores and things like that. So if you're an iPhone user, you might want to give this a try. Just go into the App Store and download Apple Sports. Sticking with AI for a minute, if you are trying out new things, I've talked about Perplexity before, the Perplexity app, and you know, it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. I would highly recommend giving that a try on your Apple device. It's probably got an Android option as well. But anyway, Perplexity, Perplexity. You know, this is really intended to go at Google search. And God, I have to say, when I try to search things on Google now, I just get so much nonsense. Like I get, first of all, you get like 20 ads served up to you right away, which makes complete sense, although it doesn't. Although it does. And then from there, I don't know, the search results are just not good. Like I found with Google lately, you know, I'm getting like, I always go to, if I want to find out the most current information instead of in the general tab, I'll go to the news part, which you would think they would bring up the most current news, but it's pretty crazy. It's sometimes there's like news stories. And it's always the controversial stuff, but there'll be like a story from 2020 or something like that. I'm like, give me a break. Like there's been 20 stories that came out in the last 3 minutes. Why are you not showing me those? So anyway, if you're looking for a different way to search the internet, I would give Perplexity a try and see if you like it. All right, moving on. Next topic. Who is Trump's running mate going to be? Man, this is definitely an interesting question. If any of you have thoughts, hit me up. I'd love to know who you think his running mate's going to be. My call is Kristi Noem, the governor of South Dakota. That is my call. I think it's going to be her, and mainly because I think he needs to have a woman. She's non-controversial. She's completely been out of the public sort of spotlight on purpose, I think. I think that's what sets her up for this role. But yeah, who's it going to be? I mean, definitely not Mike Pence again. That's a joke. I don't think it's going to be Vivek, although a lot of people would like that are on that side. And then, there's some people are saying it's going to be Tucker Carlson. I don't think so. I don't think he would do that. He's going to stick with someone in the political arena. I mean, Vivek is about as far out of he's just not been a politician before, so that would have been the stretch. But I don't think he's going to go with someone like Tucker or anything like that. And then on the female side, people are talking about Tulsi Gabbard, but I don't think he's going to do that. I don't. I mean, she's a former Democrat, even though she denounced that. And I think she's independent now. So, I don't think she went Republican. I think she went independent. I don't know. I don't think she's going to, or he's going to pick her. And then, man, there was some stuff I was reading yesterday about him and RFK Jr. coming together at the last minute. That would be kind of wild. I don't think it's going to happen. But man, that would be wild because RFK Jr.'s he really does have a little bit of momentum behind him. I mean, I don't think enough to win by any stretch of the imagination, but does he have enough to kind of, I don't know, tip the scale a little bit? I mean, if there was anyone else that's in the race besides Biden and Trump to do that, it would be him. So anyway, yeah, I just read some kooky stuff where people are like, oh, they're planning it. They're going to drop this at the last minute. RFK Jr. is going to drop out as an independent, and Trump is going to make him his VP. I don't know. I don't think so, but man, that'd be interesting. All right, last thing for today, solar eclipse. I forgot to talk about it yesterday, mainly because it was kind of like a nothing burger. That's a funny phrase, actually. I just discovered that a few years ago. I can't say I've known that phrase for a long time, but a nothing burger. And it was a nothing burger in California, although it did get a little darker around my place. It was like 11:18 Pacific Standard Time, so I guess that would be 2:18 East Coast time. Now, I did see some crazy pictures from my friends on the East Coast and Midwest where it really did look like it got dark over there, at 2:00 in the afternoon. But in California, I really didn't notice much. The funny thing I did want to say about this is, man, I wonder how much money was spent on those, $1.99 glasses that supposedly protected your eyes from, the harmful UV rays. Oh, this is the not natural born, actually. This is the created since 2020 skeptic in me thinking to myself, oh man, that's another win for China. They probably made a gajillion of those glasses. And I just can't see a tremendous amount of UV protection technology going into a product that I think retailed for 99 cents. I did have one friend text me a picture of him and his wife, and he's like, 2 for $1.50. So man, they got it even cheaper than 99 cents. I don't know if any of you bought those things. Let me know how much you paid for them, but I don't know, man. The natural skeptic in me, or the skeptic since March 2020 in me, is like, how how much could those really protect if they cost retail 99 cents? That means if it's retail 99 cents, that means there's a concept called keystoning, which basically means you double it. So that means the retailers bought that for 50 cents. So the manufacturers had to make that for under 50 cents with a profit. Actually, you factor in some distributors in that, that's another 25 cents there. So, they're making those things for, let's say, 15 to 20 cents at the most, maybe even less than that. Oh my God, how much science and technology and protection can really go into a product that can be made for 50 cents? I don't know, but I will say in California, I looked directly at the sun. No protective eyewear. I did not spend 99 cents on eyewear because that's how I roll. Dumb. I roll dumb. Hopefully I didn't mess up my eyes. Anyway, all right, call a spade a spade. I'm researching the religion episode. By the way, anybody, episode ideas, send them my way. I haven't had a lot of people send me episode ideas lately. I would go through like ebbs and flows with that. But if you have any good ones, let me know, and we will talk to you soon. Call a spade, everybody.
To the noise we find our way. No sugarcoating, no shades of gray. In the light of day, we'll say what we say. Deep shallow dive, where the brave will stay. Deep shallow dive, in the storm we stand. With honesty hand in hand, a spade's a spade in this land. Together we dive. Riffs that cut like a knife, lyrics that speak to life. In the dive we thrive, living true we drive. So here we are, dive so deep, where the shadows dance and the secrets we deep. Shallow dive, promises we keep. Call it spade, in the leap. We be high.
The ending was terrific.
This episode is being brought to you by the upcoming book, Deep Shallow Dive Into You. That's right, Bro wrote a book, and it's coming soon. Stay tuned.